Scalable business is all about systems, processes, repeatability, all these things. But what about your money? What about your financial system? We have operating systems for everything we do. We have operating systems for our morning routine. Most of us wake up and do the same thing every day. It's what they tell us to do. Maybe most people don't do that, but you're supposed to wake up at the same time every day. You're supposed to have a routine. And if you do these things, your body really works without you having to think about it, without you having to do certain things. Like it just wakes up naturally at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's alert, ready, healthy, well rested. You're recovered. All these things are automatic. See, the autonomous things that happen because you've put the right operating system in place. So when it comes to health, huge. When it comes to family and children, you get home from work every day at the same time and you have something, you take out something for dinner in the morning and it's ready when you get home and you put it in the crock pot and you know when it's going to be ready, and you do soccer, and these are all systems. Soccer on Tuesday, Thursday, soccer on Monday, Wednesday, this time to that time, and your family gets in a rhythm. And then you don't have to think about too many things because you're just doing it. You got in the rhythm of automation. When it comes to money, when it comes to our finances, most people don't ever do that. I don't want to say we never, but most people never do that. Imagine if every time you had a financial decision, it wasn't an emergency. Financial decisions shouldn't be emergencies every time. Oh my gosh, we have to put a new roof on. Is that really an emergency? Or did you know for the last 7 years the roof was going? Like for 7 straight years, you've told yourself that roof is going to need to be replaced. But then it's an emergency when it happens, right? Sometimes it's an emergency when a kid asks for a Slurpee. You're like, we're not stopping for the Slurpee. We don't have time. We don't have space. We don't have money. We don't have the money to just spend at 7-Eleven every single time you want a Slurpee. Like, that's an emergency, right? Not knowing if you can or can't do it actually puts you into a chaotic response. I know that I feel like that on a regular basis when I'm not prepared or prepped. When I'm not prepared or prepped with my financial operating system. And I don't really have this nerdy financial operating system that I just operate off of all the time. But what I mean by that is when I'm not planned, when there's not a purpose behind every penny that comes in, when I don't have things automatically paid for, when I don't know, the budget. Sometimes the budgets change. Sometimes the monthly expenses change. Add a new bill to your monthly expenses. It'll throw you all off. Get a new car payment or something and you're like, whoa, wait a second, I forgot that was coming up. Or lose a car payment and try not to spend it in the first 2 to 3 months. Look how fast you can accumulate money. Having an operating system allows you to make great decisions all the time, not some of the time. And I think with money, so often we just operate on okay, we'll look at this, each decision as an individual decision. But if every time we got paid, a certain amount went to X, a certain amount went to Y, a certain amount went to future, a certain amount went to family and future vacations and whatever it may be, if you had buckets for these things, right? And then you knew there was a leftover amount. Getting a Slurpee is not a big deal. Having the cash to buy the roof isn't a big deal because you planned for it. You were prepared, prepped. See, in business, if you want to have a scalable business, it's not about anything more than creating an ease of operating. You have to make something repeatable so that if we're going to have a client onboarding as a process, it needs to be the same experience every time for every client. That way everybody's doing it well and they recognize when they make a mistake. Money's the same way. If you're making the same decisions over and over again, you get in that rhythm. Your wallet feels rested. You aren't panicked every time you're forced, even in fun decisions. Nothing's worse than your best friend calls you and says, hey, we're going to take the kids and we're going to go to, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we're going to have a great time and we're going to hit a riverboat and we'd love for you guys to come, but there's a catch. We need to book it this week. And you're just flipping out because there's no operating system. There's no plan for that. You don't know if you can afford it or not. You're not sure. You know you want to do it. So now if you can't do it, you're bummed. You feel defeated. You know, these are all things that we all go through. We all have gone through until we set a routine. I never had a morning routine. I would get up some days and go to the gym. I would get up some days at this time and that time. And then you have kids and you have to start setting a routine. They become your routine. And then you realize if you don't set a time earlier than them, you have no time to yourself. So you start to build this time in your day. Money's no different. If you want to have freedom in your life, create an operating system surrounding the financial decisions you know you're going to have to make. The who. Who are the people that are going to help you get where you want to get financially? What are the things that you need to be prepared for financially? Why? Why are you doing this? What are your values? How are you focused on what actually matters to you when it comes to money or your financial decisions? If you never want to, maybe you never worry about a Slurpee. Maybe you're not the kind of person that ever cares about things that small. Maybe you're the kind of person that cares about every single thing. And your give a darn factor when it comes to money is 1,000%. And you're constantly talking about how we need to make better decisions. We need to do this and we need to do that. Thinking and knowing what you need to do and doing it are two different things. I love saying this in our team here. You know, Nike's famous tagline isn't just try it, just know it. It's just do it. You know, you have to do it. And creating that operating system around your financial system for the who, the what, the why, even the where. Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to be? How are we going to get there? Create the buckets, create the system, and create ease in your day to just move seamlessly so that all those little and big decisions don't come up and create chaos. Order is where it is. Order is where financial freedom lies. I'm Scott Danner. Do you have an operating system? How clean is your system? Who has the best operating system? Who can share their system below? Tell us what's working for you and your family. How can you take your system and help other people? I'd love to elaborate on that and understand what's working for you. I have lots of ideas on that, and we'll revisit this in another video, but I just want to understand what operating systems are working for you. Are you upgrading? You know, Apple does this to us all the time. Are you upgrading your operating system? As you increase your income, are you upgrading? Are you updating? How are you doing it? Thanks for joining me. Tell me your feelings below. I'd love to hear it.